Wait, what? Who, what? I'm here, I'm here. Alright. Why is everything seem... Oh, whoa, whoa, no, we're not doing that. Alright, everything seems to be working. What's that even doing? Alright, we need some non-crazy music. Huh? Actually, I wonder if this will work. Hold on, we're gonna try something for science. Because why not break everything? Alright, I'm done messing with that. Alright, yeah. Yep. Alright, what was I even doing here? Alright, we're doing that. We're doing that. How's everyone's Friday doing? Dude, I have been so screwed up with my days. Like, I keep thinking it's like Monday because I had to go to work today, even though we had one day off. Everything's... So we need to go back here. Got my TSA thing all sorted out. The funny thing is, though, is they just changed CDLs out here. So the system wouldn't take it at first, which is like, oh, fantastic. But we got that sorted out. Not that anyone cares. No. All right, we're doing here.
Felicitations to you.
I feel like a little silly just running a Death Knight again, because I pretty much already have a Death Knight, but...
Change is good. Our paths cross first.
This is really loud. So I noticed the other day I still have a habit of like looking to my left.
It's a pleasure to work with you.
All right, this one. All right.
Hurry, friends. Every moment we live, darkness kills more of our allies.
Oh no, not our allies.
There is still power within these rocks that should not be disturbed.
I might have got a little bit too crazy with that pull. Hey, we lived. It's all that matters. Oh, no. Everything is fine. Burda, 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 burda. Not the hammer.
Either way, I will
I almost reinstalled DayZ because I saw there's a Christmas event, but I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna die. So. But oh. And I finally got my other card figured out because I put a hotel on it and he didn't like that at all. He was like, nope. Alright, so we got that. Do 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 do. Tanking's hard, where I just like zone out.
They know we're coming now. I hope our allies can keep their main forces occupied long enough for us to complete our mission. Quickly, into the barrels.
I don't even know what that does.
Join you downriver.
But he's a fish. Everybody gets a fish.
I will find my own path and rejoin you on the other side.
You get a fish.
The Underking uses slaves to dig at the bones of my father. He does not know the powers he meddles with. Please, you've already taken what food we have. Search everywhere. These peasants have been hiding rations in the
Watch your step.
You're not fighting. You're not eating.
Watch your step. Watch your step. Watch your
I'm not in a party, but I'm playing at a party. What is going on?
run away. Watch your step. Watch your
Should have made some coffee. I'll do that in a few. Mayhaps, mayhaps. Oh, what is this bastard doing back here? Come here, little shit. You little shit. Rude.
Watch your step. Run away.
Hey, Frito, what's up, buddy? Happy New Year. Good, good. Just got done messing with some TSA stuff. Got my pre-check all sorted out, even though they couldn't find my license type because I have a CDL and they changed it. So they're like, wait, it's not in the system. I'm like, what do you mean? But how's your New Year's, buddy? It doesn't feel like a New Year, so I don't know if that's good or bad. This 2025 went like way too fast, dude. So like I said, I'm not quite sure. Before we know it, it'll be 2027. I have to get my bloop in soon. Can do that real quick.
Pay attention, Navarone. I want you to see your heroes die.
It's all about the bloop. Like I said, if I wasn't so worried about like just weird things, I would totally do like have that run when I'm not here, like when I'm at work. And then I'm also trying to, well, maybe later tonight, book a hotel for New York Comic Con. Because I've never been, and you know, why not, right? I mean, like, I know my buddy from Valor who lives on Long Island as well is going to be like, why, just take the train. But it's like, but that's going to be a long day, and I'm lazy. Nor have I. And I'm kind of like, you know what? I'm like, I really don't do any events anymore. Like, I'm doing BlizzCon this year with the folks over at Valor, which I already got that all booked up and stuff. Yeah, I was thinking about TwitchCon too, to be honest. I might. I almost did PAX East, but that's in like 2 months, and I just don't really have the time saved up for that. I'd also want to do a maybe one day fan fest from Final Fantasy 14 because that's at the same venue as BlizzCon. Exactly, one of these years. We're still young, you know, us young adults at sub-20s, clearly. It's like, what's that meme? Like, hello, my fellow young people. Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, because like you were saying, I think the other day, like a lot of cons and stuff like don't allow prior to 13, right? Happy early birthday. Next, you'll be buying them a car, you know, a whip. Teaching them how to drive. You're like, nah. You can stop rushing that. Yeah, but at that age, too, they tend to be able to, like, you know, kind of, not fend for themselves, but, like, less worry. Not that I know, I don't have any kids, but I have had younger sisters. So it's like the same. No, it's not. It's like a full-time job in itself. Or teaching them to do, like, the puppy eyes and then bring them to every con and then hope they get, like, you know, like, free stuff. This is not parental advice, folks. I am memeing. I was tempted. Well, not really tempted. I looked at it because they have like an anime con in the city, but I'm like, it's a little bit too much for me. Plus, I don't really. I have slacked so much on anime. But I'm also moving this year too, so like BlizzCon's already set. But it's like Comic-Con is kind of easy to do because it's on, like, you know, I live in the state and I'm on Long Island. But I think for TwitchCon is really tempting me because, like, I feel like it's a good way to network. Not that I have, like, crazy expectations, but I figured, like, hey, I've met some pretty cool, like-minded people here in the Twitch world. So, like, you know, imagine what one could do with, like, IRL. Let's be honest, I'll just scare more people away. But, you know, hey, oh, no, I got eaten. Good time to get my blue pin. I'm still moving. I'm still in the island. Just getting another apartment. So nothing crazy. But, you know, trying to be fiscally responsible because, you know, with a move, you never, you know, always some random things come up. It's funny too. Someone's asking me like, "Oh, did you go to the Times Square thing?" I'm like, "Nah, I'm good." I saw a meme too the other day where it's like, "Hey, I live on Long Island, and of course I go to the city." It's like, no, honestly, like everyone I know that lives on Long Island like rarely goes to the city. I couldn't do that. Like I was telling this one dude that was like, I guess there since 2 a.m. on Wednesday for like a spot. And I'm like, you know, hey, that's cool, teach their own, but like the hell no, that's not me. Nope. I could barely do like the midnight orderings for like the last time I did like a midnight stand in line for a thing for it was like Halo 2. I remember. Those were the days. You remember GameStop? I remember GameStop. I mean, eventually I will retire and move upstate, but not right now because they're getting like 3 feet of snow. So yeah, I know. Back when, like, you know, Call of Duty was Call of Duty. I mean, I can't talk shit. I don't play that anymore, but like, I would say the last midnight releases I waited for was Halo 2 and then World of Warcraft, Wrath of the Lich King. I mean, obviously there's, you know, I'm sure there's negatives and stuff about GameStop, but I do miss like that vibe, you know? I know they've been trying to change up what they've been doing, like with like taking like trading cards and retro stuff. I think that's really cool. Like, and there's a market for that. So I just hope that they can survive. Remember when like expansion packs and expansions to games were rare? I remember. Dude, I remember just like having a dial-up modem and like being able to play Tony Hawk online. Like I thought that was badass. I mean, I'm sorry my age here, but fuck it. Back in my day. What's even more crazy is like games like Mario Brothers. It was like literally on like, I want to say less than a megabyte worth of data. Oh, good old AOL. I remember. I don't think it is, but I remember a few years back, I'm like, hey, I wonder if AIM is still a thing. ASL, man. How do you guys get thick skin? Oh, well, let me tell you about things like AOL and chat rooms. Remember Tamagotchis? Well, I was talking about this too because I have a lot of folks in Valor that are relatively the same age, or if not, we're like kind of in the same ballpark. And it's like, dude, like I remember having like toys back in the day that like literally got discontinued because they would break noses and like burn you. Like, what was it? Like Creepy Crawler Oven, which was like basically you just make your own like creepy crawlers, I guess. And it literally was just like a heat lamp inside of a metal tin that they sold to kids, and like it caused so many burns and shit. And then what was the other one? Like not Polly Pocket, the Flying Princess toy that literally broke so many kids' noses, rather. Lawn darts. Tamagotchis. Dude, I'm still... Well, Furbies made a comeback, but dude, Furbies were like, I swear, possessed. Or whatever the hell the noise they made. What? Oh. Alright. Couple seconds, I'm gonna check on my dog. Make sure he's not. Yeah, I'm back. Kinda. Well, what's this? Alright. Oh god. I hit a button. I wanted a soft pretzel, so you guys can watch my ASMR of me eating a soft pretzel. Because that's what you're here for. Want a little bit more pretzel. So is what everyone up to this week, and I assume kind of most people are just kind of relaxing after the holiday weekends and all that. I've been slowly getting into hockey again too because I'm a Jets fan and we don't need to know how they're doing because they're doing poo-poo, which is consistent though. Which I think it's the first hockey game I've watched in like 10 years. Islanders, and they got their asses kicked. So good start. Good start. Yeah. Broken Shore. No. So we just gotta kill things, I guess? Well, that's pretty much the game, isn't it? All right. We will go this way. Yo, but the bird, the bird, the bird. All right, so I guess well, I don't want to do these. I mean, is there really any point of like doing the main story quest? I guess you probably get. What's it called? Maybe some stuff. All right, what is this? Oh. Everything's fine. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I wonder what the next remixes they're gonna do. I feel like they're not gonna do a remix though for a minute. Like it's gonna be like I don't know. Maybe another season 4 type scenario with Midnight. I mean, it seems actually pretty beneficial just to like kill elites. Oh, there's an elite right there. Oh God. Hey. All right, that. And nuke him with the demon. I'm actually surprised they haven't. I guess that's not going to be till midnight, but I'm surprised they haven't put like any housing crap yet in the actual store for IRL money. Which I'm pretty sure they're going to. Which I'm not against. Like, we all saw that coming. Hello, Big Chungus. Oh, come on. Rude. Give me a friend. I think we're actually supposed to kill elites. Hello again. It's like, weren't you just here? Yes. That. So, I'm not gonna. Yeah, I feel like they just keep respawning, which is, I guess, working as intended. But oh, all right. I guess we don't need a map. Screw that. Oh yeah. Combat the haunting. All right. Hello, spoopy ghost. Yep. Hey Tay, I saw you lurking. How you doing, buddy? Dude, like I said, the irony behind all that is, like, it was meant to meme a coworker of mine, and it just became its own thing, which is, I guess, a good thing. I was gonna do Swim 14 today, but considering Legion's nearly over, might as well do this. Yeah, I know. I got so held up with work and stuff yesterday. And, like, when I have those weird shifts because of, like, snow and I have to work in the middle of the night, like, I just get out of it, you know? One day I should, like, add, like, a GIF or something to, the Redeem to, like, pop up on stream or something. Should do a lot of things. I was telling Frito too, like I'm debating. Like I said, New York Comic Con is very likely, but I'm debating if I want to do TwitchCon as well. Hey, they don't even have tickets on sale yet, but it's just one of those, like, PAX East is like, I would do PAX East in the future, but short notice for me to really make it work. From what I see, it looks about to be the same as BlizzCon. The ticket is like $250. It's just really everything else, the hotel, and you know, how you're getting there. I'm East Coast, so it's fire. That's for sure. Another thing too I'd like to do eventually is Final Fantasy Fan Fest, which is also literally the same arena as BlizzCon. It's just that I missed out on that before I decided I wanted to start doing these things, so the tickets are sold out. Well, like New York Comic Con for me is like literally an hour drive, hour and a half. Well, not drive, like train. I mean, theoretically, I guess it's an hour if there's like no traffic. Hey, Recon. Like I said, the main reason I want to do that is just primarily for just like an excuse to like film IRL content. No. $20. 350. Oh, hold on.
Hey man, this here's Elvis. I got some clams, and I'm gonna
But yeah, I don't see why not, Recon. We'll do why not. We'll use this spell that's going away momentarily. What'd you get? Oh yeah, no, yeah. Tay's already beaten you to it, man. You're slacking. You know, you can't always be the master. You gotta pass the torch once in a while. One day I'll just charge $100 for clam bake, and then who will be laughing then? See, that's the end game goal. I'm gonna get it all stuck in your guys' heads. It is a skill issue. I gotta reroute that. For some reason, like, my OBS alerts, like, are now routing through my game audio. And that's why the volume's lower. Elgato, you gotta love it. Sometimes it just kind of does what it wants to do. It's like, ah, not today, you're gonna be this. Ready? We're gonna use a skill that we don't have soon. Ah, and Bone Storm. Or Tombstone, rather. She gone. I can hear them. It's just that they're really low because, like, right now it's being routed through. Like, none of these really matter. These talents. Nice. What's up, War? I honestly haven't looked too much at what War is getting back or whatnot. Because besides that, like, they're pretty much like not getting too many changes. Besides, DR is pretty much getting removed across the board for all of us. So, haha, joke's on you. What's DR? We don't get that as a blood DK. I mean, we do, but not as everyone else. I mean, honestly, the changes so far with Blood, now mind you, I only played a few hours in the beta because I don't want to, like, spoil the experience. I don't want to experience it just to experience it again on full release, so that makes any sense. Well, I'm as a former Warlock main, I had no sympathy for mages. Well, they didn't change much, right? Like, they did, obviously there's some tweaking, but, like, their major overhaul, if you will, was done, like, what, last season? Just like Frost DK. Yeah, that is a little bit weird. Like, my whole thing is, like, you're always going to have a meta. And, you know, I'm guilty of it, whatever. We all are to an extent of, like, oh, this... I just hope they can make it as balanced as possible until, like... Obviously, when you come to super high end game, like Mythic pushing, there's always going to be a preferred. So, like, what was it? A few seasons back, it was like the Demon Hunters became, like, the New York Yankees of tanking. Well, that's why I'm also a firm believer of, I think... All right, well, obviously there's new classes. I think they honestly should give up on new classes for a while. Like, hey, let's... I think the balance is getting better, but it's always going to be an issue. And I feel like by adding more classes, or, yeah, classes, you're just going to make it harder, you know? I haven't even really looked at Warlock either. I know Affliction's getting kind of gutted again for the millionth time. I didn't mind Current Affliction. Now, mind you, I main Destro, but I did mess around with Affliction, and I didn't mind the Malefic Rupture, I guess, playstyle. Well, I also do agree with the, like, less button bloat. Like, I know for, like, Blood, like, we basically, instead of, like, having this button, it's now part of our, like, skill set. I'm all for, though, making the game less, like, you know, a million mechanics and just harder mechanics, if that makes any sense. Like, there's this old TikTok I saw where it's, like, showing, like, original Naxxramas raids, and it's like, hey, there's like, what, literally like 3 things going on, and it's so panic inducing. And now you skip forward to like 10 expansions later, and it's just like DDR extreme. It's like not that I'm against that, but like you could still have good experience, like good encounters with not having a million things going on. Same with like classes, you don't need to have a million buttons. Pretty much. Well, yeah, 100%. Like I said, and it goes down to, like, you know, obviously there's always going to be biases, but I don't miss, like, the rep grind. Like, so, like, to even raid back in the day, you would have to rep grind. Like, you know, to do Surface Line Cavern, you would have to, like, get Exalted rep, and that's not something you could do, but, like, I want to... Memory wants to say a month or 2, but that can't be true. And yeah, for Blood... Oh, yeah, 100%. And in terms of Blood DK, like, Blood DK is... see, I'm biased, too. I've always mained a Blood DK, pretty much. I would say the biggest issue with... Not issue, but differences, and I always tell people that want to learn tanking, but they're like, oh, but I kind of want to learn Blood DK. I'm like, you might want to do Blood DK first. Just because, like, our damage intake is huge compared to everyone else. Oh, yeah, 100%. Zycoke always makes an appearance. Yep. Like, when I go to my Warrior main, it's like, well, he's not my main, but it's like when I go to Warrior, it's like, holy shit, I don't take any damage. However, when I'm like at half health, I'm like start panicking. Thanks for the alert, Tay. Enjoy the foods. I main tank Blood for community raid and bronze when I'm needed. But I do like Prot Warrior. Prot Paladin, I just can't get into. Now, once we get Lightforged Undead, which will happen, I know people get all up in arms about that, but it's gonna happen at some point. I'll probably mess with the Paladin a bit more, just to have like the tri-spec thing. Oh, I don't have to kill. Wait, I do have to kill these? Yeah. Oh, yeah, exactly. I know some folks argue with me on that, but like if you look at the new race we're getting, that was pretty much data mined this expansion, and the only other race they data mined rather was like Lightforged Undead. Like, what is it, the Priory? It's like, listen, like we literally have the character models, and if you go to like the whole, I guess, lore background, like the Undead really don't have a ethical way to replace our numbers anymore. And they did say like they want to make all classes playable by all races at some point. Oh yeah, like I if we don't get it by season 1, I would say mid-season, like 2 or 3. And one of my last few non-undead characters will be race changed. I was messing with Demon Hunter. I didn't mind tanking on it. Mind you, the mobility, I get spoiled. But let's be honest, we're gonna see a million Demon Hunters next season. But I will say, though, this is the most interested or excited I've been for the story aspect of this game in a long time. Now, is it going to be anything like groundbreaking? No, I don't expect it. But like usually it's just like, it's like, all right, end game, raid, blah, blah, blah. This time it's like, wow, I'm actually interested to see what they're cooking. Yeah, but it's one of those like, I get it, because like that's where the market is. It's one of those things. It's weird. It's such a catch-22 because I get both perspectives. Just like the level boost, you know, again, to each their own. I think level boosting is okay. But I think it's also detrimental for, say, again, my own opinion, and it's a case-by-case scenario. But say you're brand new to the game. Brand spanking new. You've never played World of Warcraft at all, and you just immediately bump to max level with the paid service. Your story aside, you're missing out at the introduction to certain mechanics, gameplay mechanics, your class mechanics. And it can, I've seen it be more detrimental than helpful at times. But again, it has its place, and I'm not against it. But you don't get that slow introduction to, like, even your abilities. It's like, all right, level 10, you get this. Level, you get this. And you kind of see how your abilities play into each other. Versus, don't know what anything does. Here's 50 abilities, and have fun. Well, that's another thing too. That's why I'm glad like the tanks kind of started shifting around, is because I got tired of like, oh, and Mythic again. I don't do keys at all, really. I deal with the community when we have it running. It's like, and we've all seen it. It's like, well, if you're not a Demon Hunter tank, forget about it. You know, once you get to like whatever 10s, 15s, whatever, it's like you might as well not even bother. And now again, is that self-inflicted by us seeing what the air quote meta is? Of course, but. I mean, look at Blood DK. Like, Blood DK was only, like, a key or two behind other tanks. Or at least according to, I think, WoW logs. But again, like, I'm not a good Mythic tank. But I won't die. It's just the whole, I don't know the routes. It's all self-doubt. Anyway. But same thing. Oh, well, you're not a Demon Hunter, so we're not going to take you. You could literally have these keys done. But you're never, it's always going to be relevant. I mean, present. I just hope they can, and they seem to be combating it a bit better. Like, I know for blood DKs, our damage intake is actually getting less now. However, The trade-off is our Death Strike doesn't heal as much, so... I mean, just like another class, and I haven't played this since Mists of Pandaria, Shadow Priest. It's like they get him good one season, and then the next season they're like, ah, we hate you now. Exactly. And like I said, it's one of those things that I don't want to say we're all guilty of. Exactly. And so that's my other thing too, with the pure DPS classes that don't have any other opportunity, like Rogue, Warlock, Mage. Will there always be some preferred spec? Sadly, yes. But I feel like that gap should only be like key level. You need that, especially those classes that don't have that option. Like, I only like Rogue. I'm not going to obviously be a Rogue tank or a Rogue healer because that doesn't exist. You need to make those 3 specs as close as possible you know, at that point, it's like a skill issue. It's not a mechanic or gameplay issue. It's just surely either you need to try to get better, learn, whatever. I would like to see that, so that way... But again, you're 100% right. You know, it's like, you could literally be, like, goaded, but it's like, oh, but you're this class, we won't take you. That's one thing. Well, exactly. It's not a skill thing. It's literally the spec itself. That's what I want to see them hopefully bridge that gap. But again, it says me clearly as a game developer and knows what the hell I'm talking about. Dude, the last time I played Rogue, we had like 2 combo expenditures. It was Eviscerate and Slice and Dice. And I remember, like, because I always buy like the whatever edition that gives you a level boost. And I know I was being hypocritical, but I used it on it. And I'm like, holy shit, what are all these buttons? So yeah, exactly. Like, so at that point with the Rogue, I think they should really try to balance it where... Exactly. I mean, from what I understand, though, they have gotten better about feedback. That's one thing I always loved about Final Fantasy 14. Like, but it's a different breed. Like, where there's a meta, but it's not as prevalent as the meta in World of Warcraft. But we also don't have those same type of mechanics where, like, you're pushing keys or anything like that. Well, yeah, that's like one thing Final Fantasy 14 is really good about. Like, they'll be like, all right, yeah, this is what y'all want. Send it. Yeah, no, like I said, I'm hopeful. Well, let's be honest, Blizzard's never going anywhere. But it's nice to see them kind of revert back to listening to the player base where they could have easily not. Yeah, PvP is another thing too. Like, obviously I don't PvP anymore, and I know y'all. I shouldn't even say, like, I was about to say, like, hey, aren't you guys getting a new like epic 50 player battleground thing? But it's just like that doesn't seem to fix the issue. I mean, again, I don't know, but like, would it? Obviously, there's a balance issue. Would they ever consider doing what 14 does? Where Final Fantasy 14, when you go into PvP, now mind you, PvP in that game is pretty much dead, but you don't have the same abilities. There's an entirely different skill set. Exactly, it doesn't fix the balance. So that's my idea. Is like, well, why don't they just possibly just say, hey, your abilities you have in PvE aren't, you know, I know they obviously do damage differences, like they'll have different components in PvP, but like, why not possibly just like, hey, this is what you're getting. So what I'm hearing is it's y'all's fault for saying you loved it. I kid. I mean, I also used to love the like 10-hour Arctic Valley battles. But I remember like back in Classic, like if you saw someone with like a Warlord title, like that was badass. Because like back then, like those titles degraded over time. Like if you didn't stick up with like those stats. Well, the problem is too, and it's I don't want, again, it's nothing's black and white. That the core community, I guess, is more focused on PvE, so hence they divert more attention to that. Not that it makes it right or wrong, but I think like that's one of their excuses. I don't know, mind you though, also I don't have that much experience in other PvE game, but other MMOs that have PvP, but from what I understand, this one's still pretty good. Exactly. So they need to, like, honestly, I would be against like saying, like, say the Last Titan or whatever. They kind of like, hey, you're gonna get some stuff, but we're gonna focus like this expansion is gonna be more PvP. Like, obviously, there's gonna be new abilities, new level cap, whatever. But like, hey, we're gonna use this time to like kind of hone in on the PvP side of things. But I also think we're gonna see a lot of changes with Last Titan. Like a ton. I think they're gonna go a full nuke the game. Not nuke the game like, hey, it's by no means it will be dead, but like they're gonna do like a Realm Reborn thing where they basically have a world-ending event and like new systems, and not new systems like, hey, here's dragon riding, but like, hey, here's new like mechanics or something. So I think that, again, it doesn't fix it now, but I think there's a strong possibility that we get like a, you know, cataclysmic event, like a Cataclysm 2.0, where it's like, hey, you know, this is now how PvP works. Hey, this is how PvE works. I mean, when did they remove PvP servers? Like, that originally from a PvP server, and I'll tell you what, like, that was some of the best memories I still remember. Yeah, but like, why remove that for the Warlord system? I mean, I guess it's kind of the same thing, I guess. But like, I have some fond memories for both better and worse of like Terran Mill, or us like trying to like go to South Shore, was it? To like do, what is it, the Dead Mines? That was pretty like an Alliance only one. But like I always say too, love it or hate it, World of Warcraft is in a constant they change. You know, obviously there are stagnant parts of it. Of course, this isn't like black and white statement here, but like it changes. You know, sometimes it'll be for the better, sometimes for the worse. It's all perspective, of course, and what you're looking for the game. Yeah, no, I get it. Well, yeah, exactly. Like, you know, you admit it. Like, hey, you know, it's very unlikely one will give it up. But like I said, it'd be nice for them to be like, all right, you know, let's hone in on this feature of the game now, you know, moving forward. I think it'd be because, like, wasn't one of the reasons, like, wasn't PvP an issue too, where like PvP gear was technically better than some PvE gear and PvE? So it makes me lean back towards the whole, like, have a separate entire system for PvP. So, like, if I queue for PvP, these abilities that I have right now are not going to be, I'm not talking about damage. I'm not saying, like, hey, instead of this doing 26%, it does 21. Like, do it where, like, hey, you literally only get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 abilities. 1 CC, that's it. Everywhere, it kind of like levels the playing field in terms of like balance. Again, this is just me making, you know, crazy statements with no data to break it.
There is more than one way to solve any problem.
Like, I remember on like Agewen or Rexar. Well, I forgot where I was. What is it? What the hell? Okay. Oh, wait, we have hero talents? It goes to show you how much I looked into Remix, huh? I remember this. I killed myself a few times using that button. Oh, and I did it. Thank you. Thank you, Drake. I didn't make a big boo-boo. It's kind of cool.
You'll find nothing better in the Isles.
Do. Right.
Let's get to work. Be mindful of your duty.
All right. We'll go to that place. Check my mail real quick. Let's see. Can I grab this one here? That'd be awesome. Oh.
I saw it when I walked, boy.
All right. Up. Oh. No. Dun. All right, let's see here now. So now I got a 250 buff. I'm curious to see how much this would be. Like probably like 3/4. Maybe, perhaps. Do I have to go though in about half an hour? I want to eat and stuff before I have some other homework. The hunger. Well, that was that as impactful as I was hoping. No kills and quests. Actually, what we'll do is mess around at the house a little bit before we eat. Oop, I might as well get that. Oh, goodness.